With Rob Lewis, Brent Hubbs, VolQuest.com, rolling along with our positional previews for this 2020 Tennessee football team. Rob, today looking at the running back position. Interesting mix, an interesting batch of questions surrounding a running back spot. The big, heavier guy in Tim Jordan is no longer on the team. He's not here. Eric Gray finished strong, sort of supplanting Ty Chandler, but Ty Chandler's back. What do you make of the group in general?
I mean, you just mentioned it. You got Eric Gray, you got Ty Chandler. You have to love the way Eric Gray finished the year. I mean, obviously the Vandy game jumps out at you with the numbers he put up that day, and just an historic performance. But I thought he was really good in the bowl game against Indiana. You go back and watch that tape. I mean, he, not quite 100 yards, but also shared the load in that game. And I thought he was clearly Tennessee's best back in the bowl game. And Ty has proven that he can play in this league. I think the biggest question for me is, who's your short yardage guy? Who's your, who does the dirty work? Is that Quavaris Crouch? Can Lenneth Whitehead do that? Can T. Hodge do that? And then Jabari Smalls, where does he fit into the equation? But I like the top two.
Well, I think the top two you believe can play because they've proven they can play. The big question is, right now, the third guy is going to be a freshman. Even if you spot Quavaris Crouch in there he's not going to play. He's not going to carry the ball 10 or 12 times and be a starting linebacker for you on the other side of the ball. So who's going to be that third guy? That's going to be a freshman. That'll be interesting to see how quickly Jay Graham can get one of those guys ready.
Yeah, I think it's the biggest question of fall camp. I think it's pretty clear Ty and Eric are going to be, they're going to get 25, 30 carries per game between the two of them. But 3rd and 2, is that Ty Chandler's down? Is that Eric Gray's down? They can do some of that, but against, when you got 9 in the box, I think you want a 220, 225-pound guy there, and that's not their game.
I think the other question, too, with the losses that they have with playmakers at receiver, with Callaway gone, with Jawan Jennings gone, how can Jim Chaney incorporate Ty Chandler, Eric Gray in the passing game? Look, the couple of the biggest plays in the bowl game in Tennessee's comeback were the dump downs to Eric Gray over the middle of the field. How does Jim Chaney use this running back position more than just turn and hand the ball to him? Okay, how did they do that? I think that's going to be a big question mark for this team and with Jim Chaney.
And I think Eric Gray excels at that. I think this is maybe sounds a little hyperbole, but I can see Eric Gray as an NFL third down back already. The way the game's played right now, he looks like a guy that just you can use that way and make him a weapon. And I would be surprised if Jim Chaney doesn't really expand his role and Ty can do that too. Ty's good out of the backfield, but I think Eric Gray is really good when you dump it out to him in space and he's one-on-one with an outside linebacker. I think that's a mismatch.
Well, he's clearly the guy. He's made a lot more people miss than Ty Chandler has. That's probably been the biggest surprising thing about Ty Chandler. He's probably been tackled too easily in the open field. That's an area where his game has got to improve. For Eric Gray, pass protection has to improve a great deal from where it was a year ago as well. 2 proven backs and a lot of unknowns for first-year running backs coach Jay Graham. What does he get out of those unknowns? We'll find out hopefully this fall as Tennessee and our positional previews continue to roll on.